All right, so finishing up with another lesson. For number 6, and I'm going to just move this off to the side, I do want to just point out to you that this is really the square root of 2x minus 5. That's really taking 2x minus 5 to the 1/2. Hey, we've talked about reviewing for the quiz. Guess which rule we're going to have to use for this one? A product rule. Now, the product rule, reviewing, if you had u and v, if you're taking your derivative, it would be u v prime plus u prime v. So here's your u, and here's your v. And let's go ahead and do that. We'll take u v prime. So u, keep this as itself. It's just 3x plus 1 to the 6. But now I'm going to take the derivative of v, and I think you can see we're going to need to do the chain rule. Let's do that. What is the derivative of 2x minus 5 to the 1/2? How do we do it? 1/2. 2x minus 5 to what new power now? Negative 1/2. I've got to subtract 1. 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. The derivative of this inside is 2. And if you want to write out dx, d subscript x, of 2x minus 5, you may. But would you also notice immediately that this 2 and this 2 are going to cancel? Right? That's pretty nice. So, yeah, we're not done, are we? That's u v prime. And now we're going to say, well, now we're going to have u prime times v. So here's my u again, 3x plus 1 to the 6. How do I take the derivative of that? What do I get? 6. 3x plus 1, what's my new power? Derivative of the inside? 3. Good. And then we're going to multiply to that 2x minus 5 to the 1/2. Now, guys, we have some choices here on how to simplify. But what I'd like to show you as we wrap up, whenever you've got a problem like this, and you're going to see it repeatedly, the best thing to do is not to start breaking these two independent products that you're seeing right here, the uv prime and the u prime v. It's not like you want to simplify those. Instead, you want to say, what could I factor out of everything? So here's what I want to show you. First, you're going to see that both of these groupings have a 3x plus 1 to a power. Both of them have that. Now, what could I take away from both of those? 3x plus 1 to the 5th. You're going to have to take the smallest part. Think of it this way. Can I take 6 of those terms away? Can I take 6 of those terms away from the second grouping? No, I have to look for the smallest exponent, and that's what I factor out. Always go for the smallest exponent in common, the smaller of the exponents between the two. And with that in mind, that's going to guide you guys to know what you're going to be factoring out over here. Both of these terms, both of these groupings also have something with a 2x minus 5. They have different powers. But keeping this in mind, I'm going to take away the smallest of those two powers from both of them. So I'm going to factor out, yes, a negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 is smaller than positive 1/2, isn't it? Now, please understand that factoring is undistributing. And if distributing is really multiplying, then undistributing or factoring is dividing. So what I'm really saying is divide that out from everything. So here's my first grouping. I'm saying take away 5 3x plus 1s from this, divide it out. What are you left with? Just a 3x plus 1 to the first, right? And then take away your 2x minus 5 to the negative 1/2. Divide that out. Would you agree in that first circled grouping, I'm just going to be left with 3x plus 1. Now inside, I've got a 6 and I've got a 3. 6 times 3 is an 18. And now you could say, well, look in blue, you took away 5 3x plus 1s. They're gone. But now comes the surprise. You can say, how do I factor out a 2x minus 5 to the negative 1 from 2x minus 5 to the positive 1/2? Aren't we really dividing that? You see what I'm saying? When I'm saying factor it out, I'm saying divide a 2x minus 5 to the negative 1/2 from that. And then you'd say, well, that would come up with another 2x minus 5 to the 1/2. And what does it really become? 2x minus 5 to the 1. Right? Think of it this way. If I gave you w to the 1/2 all over w to the negative 1/2, isn't this guy coming up and you'll have 2w to the 1/2? And won't that just make w to the 1 whole power? That's what we're seeing right here. And that's the smart way to simplify this. You can see why. Inside now, you can say, well, I've got my 3x plus 1 to the 5th. I still have this 2x minus 5 to the negative 1/2. I've got to do some distributing. Let's see what we get. 18 times 2x, you get 36x. And 18 times 5, wow, I guess that's a 90, right? A minus 90. And so probably what you're going to see at the answer sheet, you'll see real quick as you check your homework tomorrow, is you'll have a 39x combining like terms, 1 minus 90, you'd get a negative 89. You could leave your answer like this. This is great. This is fine. What you could also do is join some things around. You could say bring this 2x minus 5 down below, and with a negative 1/2, it's really a square root. I mean, you could do that. And then this 39x minus 89, could always check and see if anything would divide out. A 3 goes into 39, but it does not divide into 89. And you could ask yourself, is 89 divisible by 13? A fair question. Most people haven't worked out the multiples of 13, right? You can see it does not. So there's nothing else I could factor out. And this would be a great final answer.